thing. I better keep it. I don't talk on it. Look at what happened in district number 5. If my brother sincerely want to work with me, he's not listening to gossip. And we're working in harmony with respect to each other. You don't think he's supposed to call me and say, my man, the election here. Why you're thinking? Because you are the one over there. Anybody like regular man, I will declare support for that person. It's a dumb deal for me to knock my chest in the district and say, we carry the person. And the vice president said, no objection. The senator who came from there, the senator of the country, say that the person, one a party mandate will support the person. But on the contrary, that we agree on something, you deviated from it. If I had gone already to challenge that I will support a Gossip Mekwa by all means, or I will support Bori Badi by all means, openly declare, and he's supporting Koto, how the world will look at us. So as an elderly person, I decided to waive everything and say I will not do it. I will be neutral. My neutrality was based on endurance, but I was hurt and felt disgrace in my own district. He doesn't want to lead the neck of Nima County. When you are elected as a senator, it is a full responsibility to take charge of the country. Not vice president, not president. Do you guys want me to sit supinely and be happy when this such a thing is going on? Then what made me senator? Even the party that the old man left for all, may his soul rest in peace. I'm looking there like an ostracized person. You don't dignify me. You want to tell me I'm not organized? Why you think the Limapo elected me as a senator? And that respect is not given to me. We should respect each other. Whosoever attempting to intimidate me with voodoo, with sound of intimidation to say we'll bring somebody to do this, the Liberian way they say that vla. I would die natural death. Nobody will kill me. Because when you kill me, that beat you and you will be cursed. The curse will forever remain on your head, and blood stain will remain on your head, and you will not survive easily. You will end up with disgrace. How can you think, or why would you even think to take away somebody's life? For what? Then the police will look up to, you report their case to, they don't take record on the individual. Can you imagine? So if I were to die, like, yeah, Share, nobody will talk about it. Say, oh, but I remember, say, what I shoot, why you die for? It's not putting all kind of sickness or disease on me.
Sense of gratitude and humility. It has been an honor and a privilege to serve as your president and commander-in-chief for the past 6 years. Together, in 2018, we embarked on a journey to build a united, peaceful, and prosperous Liberia. And I am deeply thankful for the trust and support you have bestowed upon me and my administration during my tenure. As we navigate the complexity of governance, your partnership was instrumental in the development and implementation of policies and programs that aim to bring progress and development to our great nation. Reflecting on the accomplishment of these 6 years, let me tell you that I am proud of what we have achieved together. We have built roads, supported free wires and free tuition at high schools and public universities, stabilized the macroeconomic challenges we face in 2018, built hundreds of pro-poor housing units, and achieved on so many fronts that we are able to list here today. However, I acknowledge that there is always room for improvement, and perhaps more could have been done under different circumstances. Regrettably, some of the long-term projects we initiated did not reach completion during my tenure. I am hopeful that the incoming administration will carry the torch forward and bring these initiatives to fruition for the benefit of all Liberians. Fellow compatriots, rumors and misinformation have played a large part in our politics over the last 6 years. It is my hope we as a country will overcome this challenge over the next 6 years. To begin this, we must start with the facts of the transition. I must report to you that we are leaving behind a better economy than we inherited. Today, President-elect Joseph Nima Bouaka will inherit a stronger economy than I inherited. There is a bigger net international reserve position than was handed me in 2018. I inherited 94,999,000 United States dollars in net international reserves. And I am handing over to the next administration a net international reserve position of 222,700,000 United States dollars. This is 136% increase in the net international reserve position. The total cash balance in the government's consolidated account is United States $40,044,365.90. In 2018, my government inherited a consolidated cash position of $7 million United States dollars. The next administration thus has more resources to deal with emergency macroeconomic challenges than my administration had at its disposal in 2018. My fellow citizens, through our time together, I have still fast to two cornerstones of leadership: keeping the peace and upholding the democratic process and the root of our democratic journey. I am immensely proud that during my tenure, Liberia remained at peace with itself and at peace with its neighbor. Our armed forces, the force of good, will never turn against our own people, and the standard actions were confined to international peacekeeping mission under the United Nations. This peace, sustained by our own domestic resources, is a testament to the maturity and strength of our nation. We protected the inalienable rights of every Liberian citizen as enshrined in our Constitution. Freedom of speech, assembly, and expression were not only preserved, but celebrated. There were no political prisoners or prisoners of conscience during my entire term, a testament to the development of strong democratic institutions that are now not only hailed as competent and professional, but as trusted and credible. Liberia is now regarded as a pillar of democracy in West Africa and a shining example to the world. This was only made possible through our various collaborative efforts. I want to thank all Liberians, regardless of your political affiliation, for staying the course and helping build a stronger and more vibrant nation. As I step aside as president of Liberia, I will remain actively engaged with the politics of the country as standard bearer and political leader of the Coalition for Democratic Change, the CDC, in order to ensure the continuation of our strong and vibrant democracy. I therefore urge you, my fellow citizens, to continue to be law-abiding and seek peaceful means to resolve differences, embrace tolerance and dialogue. Let us love one another and come together as one people, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us remember the strength of our unity, the resilience of our democracy, and the hope that lies in the future of Liberia. As we welcome a new era, let us move forward hands in hand with a shared commitment to building a united nation that will continue to strive on observing the tenets of democracy and adhering to the rule of law. May God bless you all, and may God continue to bless the Republic of Liberia.
Those who wrote the speech, inauguration, everybody happy. They are rejoicing over the defeat of the old regime. They are rejoicing about our effort to bring a new regime. They would sing now with happiness. We go to write paper for that 79-year-old man. He's struggling to read. Then before that, I will tell you that nation, I will tell you US, I will bring one friend for you. Because you think one friend for you, and I will tell you open up reading, when you come to the That's it. In this country,
when you elect a clown and you think that he will be a king, what he does is to convert the kingdom into a circus. This is what we must deal with, and this is what we must say. Who do we elect into our public offices? Because, as I've said before, when you allow hyenas to take care of goats, why should you be surprised when the goats are eaten? This is the same. And Africa is only going to realize our potential in all areas when, by dint of choice, we enable and allow our best men and women to serve in different areas. I've heard it being said about Lee Kuan Yew in Singapore. I've heard it being suggested about Mahathir Mohamad in Malaysia. I've heard it being said about Japan. I've heard it being said about other countries. But there was a conscious decision on the part of those individuals and the followership. We always talk about leaders, but we never talk about the followers. The followers must also style up. Africans on average are for some reason attracted to thieves. Africans are for some reason attracted to men and women who cannot serve her. And when they are not served, then they complain. When Africans are told, choose you now whom we shall release, Jesus of Nazareth or Barabbas, they say, release Barabbas. And when Barabbas behaves like Barabbas, they say, why are you not behaving like Christ? It cannot be done.
In May of 2001, signed a second of two executive orders, number 13213, Defense Exhibit D310, in which it was stated, and I quote, the government of Liberia's complicity in the RUF's illicit trade in diamonds and its other forms of support for the RUF are direct challenges to the United States foreign policy objectives in the region, as well as the rule-based international order that is critical to the peace and prosperity of the United States. Therefore, I find these actions by the government of Liberia contribute to the unusual and extraordinary threat to the foreign policy of the United States described in Executive Order 13194, with respect to which the President declared a national emergency. This executive order did not say the alleged complicity, it concluded the complicity. The conspiracy was born, all systems put into motion, and here I stand today. I never stood a chance. This is the broader contextual matrix that regrettably did not and still has not seen the light of day in these proceedings, despite the gallant efforts by the defense to unearth and reveal the contextual framework behind the charges against me. Now, with the two executive orders, the dogs were let out, so to speak. What followed was a dispatch of the attack pack led by Lieutenant Colonel David Crane, Defense Intelligence, 30 years, prosecutor. He, Crane, unlawfully unsealed the court's sealed indictment to his handlers, senior U.S. government officials at the U.S. Embassy in Freetown, and was never held to account. The rest of the operational team are Colonel Brandon Hollis, Defense Intelligence, CIA, U.S. Air Force, Senior Trial Counsel, and now prosecutor. James C. Johnson, U.S. Army expert, 20 years, unconventional and special operations, Chief of Prosecutions for the SCSL. Alan White, 30 years, Defense Intelligence, recalled from retirement to head up investigations at the Special Court of Sierra Leone. Stephen J. Rapp came on board as chief prosecutor for a short time of experience from Capitol Hill, where he served with the U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee sometime before. It came as no surprise to me that as a reward of sorts for Stephen Rapp's diligence in the execution of U.S. foreign policy objectives through these ad hoc tribunals, he was appointed U.S. Ambassador at Large for War Crimes issues. In support of the contextual framework of politics, on February 8, 2006, Lieutenant Colonel David Crane, prosecutor, appeared before
we must make sure that we promote peace and unity amongst our people. So I believe that we must always, continue to preach, peace. We should not incite people against government, because what you fight for, you might be in a position one day, because only God knows what happens. Those that are inciting people against government, tomorrow they will be here. The same thing could happen. But I think whatever happens, we must make sure that we promote peace and unity amongst our people. So I believe that
G. You know by far. So that skin girl with a chocolate eye. But if you need punch, you're a short tire. Take the run, you're a pepper color. From what they say, you finish it all in my eye. In my eye, you finish cutting your speed. If you were you to all our energy, I would pay. They play a hell of a in my head. That thing you might stand and you will give me on the bill. Man, you better, you sweet like a monkey. For your better, I will spend my kabaki. We are women, she not coming for the street. I can see every happy day on the green. It's all that, it's all that. You wanna be there by fine, it's all that. It's all that, it's all that. I know you put it up your fire. It's all that, it's all that. You wanna be there by fine, it's all that. It's all that. I know you put it up your fire. Yeah, and I know what happened. Soon as you scream up at the star, don't laugh, baby, not funny. It's not talking, that's only where happy. I let her back, you know, I let her from. I let the way you can taste to my song. So my baby keep on blowing on my own. Na 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 na. Yeah, I let her back, you know, I let her from. I let the way you can taste to my song. Oh my baby keep on blowing on my own. Na 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 na. It's all that. You wanna be there by fine, it's all that. It's all that. I know you put it up on fire. It's all that. You wanna be there by fine, it's all that. It's all that. I know you put it up on fire.
You own a period by 7, you more than faster. You not steal it from your Oma or get it from your passer. I get what driver when moment she want the pizza. Isa upside to the sister. Feel it like sister matter. Man, you better you see, you know my G. I the woman I can call my teacher. My African queen, she not coming from the street. When she walking, she get what I'm on her desire. Isa. I drop my EP, she tell me she want me freestyle. Hey, Isa. Anytime I will fly, I'm on for American visa. I'm a
my people, where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands. Come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up small, yeah? Okay, let's go.
And so welcome.
The people who are so, the people lie to us. The government betray.
Welcome to the platform. This is Freedom Hard Talk here on Freedom FM 87.9.
We tire with the promises.
And my name is Junkies Morris.
Damages.
I'm here again this evening in your company to drive you through until 10 o'clock this evening.
The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why does you lie?
Lot of fascinating talking points tonight.
Please don't be. See, we just tell you.
I firstly want to apologize to our many listeners who are ardent to this show and addicted to it for the late coming in. I think you were following, there was a break-in transmission, and that was only due to lapses from the Library Electricity Corporation that is providing momentary current for our usage. And so tonight, Liberia's opposition silence. Is it a consent, fear, or betrayal? Those are the questions.
No one to trust. My people don't want to hope on. My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up when you slumber. Stop sleeping.
And Samuel Toya at the Supreme Court again.
Whip your hands, whip your... Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now.
Bwaka consolidating raw power. But Gloria Maya Musu's cut is scot-free around the place. Why Bwaka wants to, by all means, jail past officials, to include the former Minister of Finance, Samuel Toya, who continues to slap in the face of Joe Bwaka's government the height of intelligence and intellectualism, that the proper agenda for prosperity and development was only met to transform the lives of all Liberians and not to milk the economy of this country and allow people to wallow in abject poverty where parents are begging to allow their children have meals. So Samuel Toya is single-handedly battling the entire Joseph Bwaka kleptocratic regime. But Gloria Scar walking scot-free, sent to jail by the High Court for murder, for killing somebody. She walking free. The only person that remain one point in jail is Samuel Toya. Then maybe later on with the whole your job we have for inside and maybe that time you'll wake up. Joe Bwaka consolidating power. Wake up.
Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your... Come on, come on.
Another news, Sarah Lune allegedly killing a Liberian girl. With a Gregory Commons leadership over the Liberian National Police that should serve and protect. Where is the ruthless Gregory Commons? Where is he? Is the police for Liberians or for foreigners? Or is Gregory Commons cherry picking? Those are the questions that are just flooding my phone. Those are the questions that are just flooding my phone. Where is Gregory Commons? The ruthless, aggressive Gregory Commons. Where is he? So since I'm caught up with time, I will quickly go to take word from my sponsors here on the show. Freedom Hard Talk. You're on Freedom FM 87.9. And I'm back. It will be firing.
Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people who us, the people last us, the government betray us, they betray us so much. I said they lie. The people who us so. It's about musical. There are crowds in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, you report it. Don't take law in your hand, call the right authority.
issues surrounding police action. So the LMP spokesperson will be here tomorrow, and we hope to have a detail from him in regards to some of these cases. So on that basis, we'll leave that there until we hear from him. Then we can go further with that situation that has to do with the killing of a young, promising Liberian girl allegedly by a Sierra Leone national who is still anonymous. So how be Samuel 12 was at the Supreme Court. Samuel 12 was at the Supreme Court again. You know, day 12 situation, the case is before the court. So I'm not actually interested in the merits and demerits of the case. I can't go in depth with this case because it's already before jurisprudence. Howbeit, politically, this case is only intended to persecute, meaning to go after Bwaka's perceived political opponents who they have already rendered as existential threat for their kleptocratic survivability. The criminal actions they continue to perpetrate against Liberians that keep seeing them fresh, active, around the place with their poo mura. So, okay. Yeah, basically, Bwaka is only interested in going after people who he know when that time comes, particularly 2029, that many of you Liberians are wishing that they want to be 2029. They will be torn in flesh, Bwaka eliminating all of them. That's why Bwaka is just beyond this Samuel 12 issue. So I want to understand something. Bwaka is sticking behind this Samuel 12 case and wanting to take the Clark Hole Foundation, all these things that are threat to national security, peace, and stability. And Bwaka says there, after letting go scot-free Madam Gloria Mayamusu Scott from a case that she was adjudged guilty and sentenced by the High Court for murder. And Bwaka has the propensity, he has the proclivity, the audacity, and the temerity, and the infrontus to free such a murderer, somebody who killed her own daughter, so to speak, in cold blood. Bwaka allows this woman to walk scot-free, walks the streets of Morovia, and goes wherever she wants to. And there is Ni-Ese Republica on other former officials of government who did not do anything, and Bwaka is just finding way to manufacture corrupt pieces of evidence against them. This is the Bwaka we are dealing with. So anytime, like I told you from the preamble of this case, from the beginning of this case, Samuel Doe 12 Jr. will walk scot-free. He will have a walk in the park because he didn't do anything. No matter how you want to turn a lawyer around, how you twist it, how you turn it, Samuel Doe 12 Jr. will have a walk in a park. He will defeat Bwaka face down. Bwaka will not have macro inch to winning this particular case because this case has no iota of evidence. This case is only a clear manifestation and vindication of our argument that Bwaka is somebody who is grossly entrenched with personal vendetta. On that basis, his vindictive actions that he had been keeping. In fact, he has 17 counts against the person who made him vice president while she was serving as president. He there next to her, and he was just there acting a pony rabbit, butting and blowing. And this man decided, after taking power, to show to you that he does not have any good heart for you people, especially you who say you're making fun of him. He ready for you now. So that's why Boaka is bent on his political persecution. You are aware that Boaka, as the president of this country, made a statement that was shocking, and I think that statement was intended or is intended to place fear in the minds and hearts of Liberians, brave Liberians, who are serious to taking back Liberia to the democratic standard that we were already trying to build on and develop. Boaka is doing these things to place fear in your minds. So I finish with the other man. Yake kan a weapon. Perfect key kan a clear 2 feet. This other fellow from Lensmans and Energy, the former chairman. Women pay comes. I bought women pay. Who can stand in front of me? The other fellow. And you see the Russian special forces, Mark Jabate. I pumped the man in his chest. Who there again? Oh, there, I'm not going for. But watching. Then Boaka is not stopping there. Boaka wants to seize the home of Wia and Wia wife. But the only thing about it, even though Gloria Muzuska walking scar-free, Boaka take her from jail, say thank you for killing, can't go enjoy yourself. You want to go in the Bahamas on holidays, you can go. Gloria Muzuska, anywhere in the Caribbean, you want to go Barbados, you can go. Trinidad and Tobago or Tobago. Yeah. If you want, Gloria Muzuska, come out of South Beach. If you want to go to the Bahamas to smoke your good marijuana, come out of South Beach. You can go. Gloria Muzuska, be free from South Beach. Go to the Bahamas and go there to enjoy yourself. You smoke enough marijuana, you drink enough Hennessy, enjoy yourself around the place. And all we will do, in response to the humiliation I was given to you, even though you kill whole human being already grew, that was not aborted. You killed a human being, and the law of our country supposed to prevail. But no, we're not go by A. I'm going after those people that decided to bring you to book. They know that we have a custom killing. They know that killing have been indoctrinated in our political structure and governance system. They know. And they say they won't come put you in jail. I will humiliate them, and I will make sure that the entire opposition bloc that has the strong men, I will make sure that I erase them. I will make sure I break them down. And I will make sure that that whole structure is obliterated and they are left with nothing. And I will be the only man standing as the strong man, as in the case of Adolf Hitler, who started encroaching and invading in the May 1930s. So when you have these semblances creeping, semblances of a Napoleon Bonaparte and an Adolf Hitler or a Joseph Stalin or something, synonymous to that of Kim Il-sung of North Korea, the founding father of North Korea, or maybe you see anything creeping, anything creeping like a dictatorship of Cameroon, Paul Biya, or Theodorok Obiang Iguma Banzogo of Equatorial Guinea, then it should click to your mind that there's a need you create a checkpoint, because this is a dispensation of democratic governance. That's why the will of the people is always required for the formation of any government. You see, that's why the will of the people is usually required for the formation of any government. How? You vote for the president, you vote for members of the legislature. The president do appointment, the legislature approve. All of the structures that are left without election, those positions are filled out through the executive and the legislature, to include the judiciary. So there's no way you can go to power, you can want to Koyokaya rally your, let's say, Koyokaya will rally yourself around power without getting to the people. So Bouaka is instilling fear in you Liberians, because Liberians or Liberian who are in opposition, their silence had already been considered by Bouaka as being accomplices and aider and abettor to Bouaka's crimes against Liberians. Their silence are only proving consent, fear, and betrayal. So if 2029 is tomorrow, what is any of these opposition according to them now, government in waiting, what will they be saying? What would they be saying after a Gloria Maya Mususka killed her own daughter, and the laws of our country, they are clear? The law is on the book, and she was penalized, and that time did not elapse on the basis of influence peddling, violating Article 90 of the Liberian Constitution in full glare, in broad daylight, a blatant disrespect and urination on the Constitution of our country, and they are sitting there. What are they going to convince Junkies Morris on when 2029 is adjacent? When a 15-year-old, an under 15-year-old boy who just needed a single football boot, that I, Junkies Morris, if God helps me with money, I am able to buy for almost all my community young people so that they play football, because they think get money inside it and it has good return. Just to buy a single football boot for that young little boy, his entire future has been decimated. And it was only done by a crony of Joe Bouaka. He sodomized the little boy, meaning he faked that little boy announce, damage his future, make him lifeless, because verily he's lifeless. The fact that this boy man who had been stolen from him, had been robbed from him, had been gang raped from him, and had been hijacked by those hoodlums, those hooligans, and those miscreants who have Mephistophelianized their soul, sold their soul to the devil, sell their entire manhood. They decide to force other people who are not thinking their way, forcing those people into their lifestyle. And the opposition people that you're telling me, say, coming 2029, they are sitting idly, supinely, taciturn, saying nothing. They are sitting and expecting Junkies Morris, Man CC, Man Beatrice Williams, and other serious-minded people around the country, Goss, Help, Edmond, Carr, and all these serious people to fight for them. Then they come to power on silver platter. That same scheming that Amon Sawyer, the late Amon Sawyer did to the late Prince Johnson. It will not be allowed. So we're calling on you now. Nobody calling on opposition people to chakra the country. That's why I even play the voice of former President Weah. Because you are warning them. They say they formed themselves as Council of Patriots. Damage the image of the country. There was a processed approximately $1 billion to complete the coastal highway, leaving from Buchanan City straight to Pueblo City, connecting the entire coastal belt so as to ease the constraint, the cutting off from the rest of the country, the southeastern region, the propaganda, the negative propaganda, those who are proclaiming to be lovers of Liberia, the negative propaganda, stifled that particular allowance for development and prosperity. So these are the guys leading Liberia. The guys who they are in opposition, and the only thing that I know some of them won't call here to clarify it, because they want to register to my mind, and I have dissected, dissected everything and digested what should be digested, and I come to realize that, okay, let me quickly take a break. And I will be back. Let me quickly take a break and take this call. Yeah, so I'm sorry for that break. I thought to put my ass together on the computer. Yeah, but not to kill the show. Yeah, so quickly, I want you to understand that being an opposition is a full gone conclusion that you are a supposedly possible government in waiting. If you are an opposition political party, the reason why you opposition political party is because you want to see the party that is leading the country, that is the ruling establishment and ruling administration. So the opposition people, they're gonna be sitting down there like these few things we name, even though there are a lot to be named. Sitting down there, doing nothing, no work coming from them. For former President Weah, he made it clear. In fact, in recent time, he re-emphasized and reiterated that his silence and allowing things to flow. Firstly, is to ease the tension. This guy had already placed anger in the hearts of people and created a divide and rule mechanism architecture here so that they rule and control the country. So he, as a leader of egalitarianism, will have to blend every other thing in making sure that the tension is calm and eased and all Liberians live together peaceably and with one understanding. So he made it clear that his silence is for Liberians to see, almost like you are being offended in the community by one individual. You don't want any problem. The only area to carry such individual is to the law, because the law will say who's right or who's wrong. It's the same with those we elect and we the electors. Like I was saying, it's a social contract. We give them power, and in return, they give us social benefits, to include providing safe, accessible drinking water, or everything that has to do with social benefit. There is no big deal about that. And I thought that while Joseph Boakai was crying all around the place with his campaign message, and even threatening for Liberia to be no more. So what is going on? They are sitting down there, opposition people, sitting in silence, which is teetering to becoming cowardice, betrayal, and incompetence. And I repeat, is inching toward being declared actions by opposition people who won't be leaders of this country and continue to see SSs of Boakai going at the legislature, dismantling the entire infrastructure there that was created by the Magna Carta, that should be the balancing of the society. Boakai went there and dismantled that place. He didn't stop there. He carried gangs at the Supreme Court, intimidated everyone there. And in fact, we that are critical, they are coming after us. And every statement you make, even though it will be in line with the Table Mountain Declaration and the Abdullah Kamara, which is the KAK law, Boakai and his people will still come after you. This is the structure they have set up to instill fear. And once you are afraid, you will hold on. You'll be creeping and be hiding, snitching all under the bed and under the table, under the chairs, like one cockroach, So that what Boakai, rendered us because of these missteps, these different agreements in their different forms to Boakai's SSs in his governance structure of our country and his proceedings. You people as opposition people should not sit there. This should serve as a wake-up call for you guys to have your voices heard. Liberians need to listen to you. Are you satisfied that you opposition people are aware that the people are suffering, but they are now speaking? Are you satisfied? You know that their silence is an existential threat to the security, stability, peace, development, and prosperity of this country. Because when gentility fails, brutality prevails. There is no hungry man that has laughter on his face. Nowhere in the world you see hungry men laughing. Oh, Serious man, Junkie Murray, the man I want to provide food for a cheering. Then you expect Junkie Murray to be laughing. Bwaka, that is an adverse existential threat to your presidency. And I want to say to you that if these opposition politicians, if some of them are in bed with you as accomplices to the crimes you are committing against Liberians, babies are being sodomized. Young babies at the ages of 2, 3, 5, 7 are being raped under Bwaka's regime. A Joe Bwaka serving as president of this country, babies at age 6, 7, 9 months old are being raped. Young boys are being sodomized just for football boosts. Just for one football boost, young boys are being sodomized. Honor Joseph Bwaka, young boys are being sodomized. Y'all say you get council or churches, interreligious council. For me, it's easy for me. Yeah, I was born as a Catholic. My father is a Catholic, mother is a Methodist. But as a grown-up man, I have grown to become a monotheist. And now my Beatrice wants to know what is a monotheist. I believe in one God. I'm a monotheist. So I accept Jews. I accept Muslims. In fact, I try to take advantage of the Quran so as to expand my imagination. And I accept Christians. Because I think somewhere in Jerusalem, the three religions, they converge. I think at the Al-Aqsa Mosque, there in Jerusalem. So I'm a monotheist. So that your religious division thing you can be on. I'm just bringing your Liberian people attention to your religious people you're gay. None of them talk on the labor that was being sodomized. The boy, the people fake a body and they go to dropping on the roadside. That was since the death of Shaki Kamara. That was the greatest, let's say the biggest child abuse that have taken place in the sub-region and honor a Joseph Nyima Bwaka. For a young boy who is going to school, helps his uncle, sometimes carries his luggages, sometimes fetch water for him, sometimes wash his clothes, and goes to and fro on his errands. And just to be assisted with that one boost after investing all of his time in serving that guy called Peter Bonjara. The only response the young boy got from that my face-to-face. Let me leave him with words. Was to sodomize the little boy. And not just sodomizing, but to bring his other two giant friends to use that kid from night to morning. Even if it was a lady, even if it was a lady that was being gang raped. Imagine. Then that little boy. Arizona Kumina said nothing ye. Joia Party spoke on that. So you can't question we are. We are Party has spoken on that. And in fact, I hosted on this platform 2 senior members of the party the chairman of the party, who is the head of the central committee, the head of the party, was on this platform, addressed that, condemn it, and is calling on Bwaka. Because you know now, the man, when I go take Bwaka from any executive mansion and be about, you know not take Bwaka from the executive mansion to be about. So you will call on him to do the right thing. That hear your voices we won't hear. Chairman Janga Cole spoke. The youth chairman of the CDC spoke. The youth chairman of the CDC spoke. What have you to say? I hear nothing from Comey. I hear nothing from, I don't call the other party man. Musa Hassan Bedete, who here get party again? Okay, Honorable Joe, we said Blamo spoke. I forget what a party need. A party got to familiarize the media with our party need. Honorable Bishop, by making a few appearances, because we know the party need here. So few political parties responsible enough spoke. All these SSs Bwaka is carrying on. That's why they are bent on denying and making sure that this man called Widow Jonathan does not sit over the National Elections Commission. But I'm not hearing other people like the Arizona Cummings. I am not hearing Cummings. Cummings wants to be president of this country. He wants to lead Liberia. I am not hearing Cummings. And Cummings wants to lead. I'm not hearing Cummings. So what is going on? Why are they not speaking? You people sitting here, Bwaka consolidating power, why you not even get a chance to even power National Election Commission because we trash your cases? Before you read the Supreme Court, you even get any meaning that you will start with at the Supreme Court? That whole case become void ab initio. You're just wishfully sitting and thinking in oblivion that a 2029 free fair election will make some of you president here and some of you will have other positions around the place. What are you doing? What is the seed you are sowing? So for me, your silence, until you prove me wrong, your silence, I, Junkies Morris, consider your silence as consent. Meaning you agree with Joe Bwaka. You agree with Joe Bwaka for breaking people's homes down, and they should not live. The rain season coming, that cold and pneumonia will be killing people, and those people whose homes are just being broken down arbitrarily. The rain will make some of them to die with tuberculosis. I'm not praying for that, but the rain I see coming, we that sleeping inside say, hey, easy. The comforter will have to be doubled before at least before that lay heat can come, especially with a single down there. Unlike come Austin and other coolies KOK there. But man, me, I gotta double the comforter before. So those people who don't have homes, who were rolled out of their homes, and today they are rolling stones in their own country, a country that have not tapped even up to 30% of the land that we also use to our benefit, for our luxury. That a country, small group of people that they were who plenty, that they place people air, they get place to sleep, they on the street. See the communities. Look, right now, I challenge you, 1 or 2, Nelson Fremont, the man who orchestrated the killing at the CDC headquarters, I challenge you. You and the Gregory Coleman, who is very ungrateful, who was given job at job we are, but the only thing he's eager to pay we are with is to persecute we are his people, which of course, I don't know whether he is thinking straight or they are in the right mind of thinking. Because Bwaka and his people will need a sense of atonement. I keep saying this to them. Because if Bwaka does not leave with the last 3 years left to his advantage, if he does not leave with sobriety and piety, and allow debauchery that is continuing to take over the country, where you passing all on Broad Street, the young people are smoking kush all on Broad Street. I challenge the police authority to move all on Broad Street. I'm in Central Town. Any part of Central Town, as I'm on this radio, they will only be ashamed to call on this platform to inform Liberians. And I know there are other Liberians who will do that survey, because there are people who follow us from that belt, the entire Central Monrovia. In fact, where we are now, even close up to where we are, the young people are all on the sidewalk, smoking kush, taking drugs, while they are sleeping on the roadside, sleeping in front of banks, sleeping in front of government offices and government buildings and people businesses. Why Bwaka is leading Liberia as the president? It's Joe Bwaka. I'm not saying anybody else, but it's Joseph Bwaka leading Liberia as the president. It's Joseph Bwaka who was here campaigning that we was indulging the issue of drug addiction, and our young people lives were damaging, and what we had at the time, according to them, what we would have experienced would have been brain drain, because many of the young people were getting addicted to drug. Even though the kush was brought into Liberia by Bwaka and his boss lady at the time he was vice president. So like they did with the $16 billion that they printed through legislative enactment under Emmanuel Nukwe's speakership, and decided to use that negative propaganda against we are, saying that $18 billion got missing in an economy that had circular flow in Liberian dollars. The circular flow was less than $20 billion, and they said $16 billion got missing. And Liberian people believe it. They run beyond job we have from the office of president. Now they have come to the realization that Bwaka has plenty clowns behind who are grossly inept, who are basically oriented to lies, falsehood, misguided posture against the Liberian people. So they have come to that realization, and they are silent. But I say their silence is not consent as it is being perceived by others, and even myself, of you, the opposition politicians. Your silence, in my mind, is construed as consent, agreement, and support to Bwaka. You are accomplices. You are aiding and abetting Bwaka. You are cowards. You got too much fear in you. And that's why Bwaka used the statement that we are dogs, we Liberians. So I don't know whether that's the reason why tales have been concealed to our Tuma as opposition politicians, opposition political leaders. We are not speaking. In fact, when we're speaking on national issue, then we're laughing, we're joking about it. Johnny or Richard Kuhn, like they were dancing on Lofa Road, dancing. I think that Zelensky, the president for the play, while we doing comedy here, a serious democratic country here, country where the entire world relies on for the peaceful role we continue to play around the world. This is not an ordinary country. This is a serious country. Founder of the United Nations. You can't be. You bring clowns and jokers around the place to play fun with the Liberian people power. You get somebody serving at the LMP. The only thing is to go after people who are not involved with crime, and the role that person was appointed to serve at the level of the LMP is just to protect himself and our life and property. Then you won't damage other people's lives and damage their properties. I hope you give Sam Jackson his properties, because some of the spokesperson will have to address that tomorrow when we are here. You get it kind of misguided people in governance doing a lot of wrong things here. People, children are damaging. When students come from the UL to go protest, they catch and they carry them somewhere and go sodomize and do. The issue of sodomy is a crime under the Liberian law. For some of you who don't know, the Liberian law says, I'm not being verbatim, me, I'm being exact on the two in the book, but that the clue I'm giving you, when you check it, you see it. The PR, the propaganda, the discussion on same sex is a crime that has a 1 year jail term, up to 1, 2, 3 years jail term. So Liberia is not a country that accepts same sex. Now talking about raping young boys, rape, sodomy, then the abolition of same sex, all those crimes compounded. You're sitting down, the people then walking scot-free, the other woman, okay, she can go to the Bahamas to get her good opium to go smoke. That other man, he sodomized the labor, he started making B-more, he started speaking serious. Contra ball, Peter Bonjalao, now he saying he was speaking serious after he finished spoiling the people chat. That's why I said, it can't even happen to me, sir. Because I think you can listen, I can play Crime Stopper here plenty of time. We against more violence, we against crime, because at least God in me us. He gave us the opportunity to expand our minds. So we're going to be indulged into violence. But I want a red line. I wouldn't that one can make me to be violent. I would not even consider myself terrorist. God would be more than terrorist. Oh, for me to call on Joe Boaka to say, Mr. President, yeah, when you are campaigning, you said we are government will happy for people to be smoking kush. What happened in my community? The whole community, in fact, this is the situation of my community, because I'm one of the leaders there. And as a director for health and sanitation, I'm responsible to clear that community of drug. But it is a, remember when I clear the men to go on the other side, the men are all on the street, they in front of people crib, in front of people's stores, in front of offices, government buildings, even the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. To include the Liberia Land Authority. Not forgetting about the city police death pool. Huh? LBDR. This is Central Morovia we are talking about. Even close to Central Bank. On Broad Street, Broad Lane, between Buchanan and Lane Streets on Broad Street. The place where Central Bank closer. That the place Zogos are on the streets, smoking kush, taking drugs right on the street. Honor Joseph Boaka will say, the kush killing, oh, Joey Ago. I will take a quick break after recognizing our followers via the social media. They don't take calls. Labra interesting. I told Joseph Boaka, Walk made the whole Kush Beno to go away. The whole Just Bene. I thought there wouldn't have been any need for security people to go after drug peddler and drug users. That a Joe Barker will come to power. 100 days gone. 1 year, 2 years. We in a third year. We in a third year. Joe Barker government have deplored because of the uncontrollability. Because of the uncontrollability of the kush taking and the drug sniffing. Joe Barker deployed DA officers in Central Moravia at the Buchanan Street area. Oh, in a third year, I thought Joseph Barker had the quick fix. So you see the deception, you see the lies, you see how wicked Joe Barker is. Let me play this for you. This is from this fellow that is in jail, Prophet Key, talking about Joseph Barker's ungratefulness and his inhumane posture to people who always are his benefactors. Joe Barker always did that. He is an ungrateful old man that does not appreciate any good from anybody. He is a vindictive pap that does not worry working with. Joe Barker is a dictator that will not allow a free, fair, and transparent election. Evidence of the fact that Joe Barker will bring his campaign manager to come and be election commission. It tells you that Joe Barker not even won second round. He wants to beat you face down in the first round through a cheating scheme, through election thievery. But I say to you, Joe Barker, if these opposition people who are slipping to the level that I would describe them as weaklings, if they want to be so weak, for me, I am sons and my one daughter will fight to make sure that Liberia does not remain a miserable place where they will every day be inching to traveling and leaving their own country that is supposed to be in, live happily and enjoy themselves. We will fight to the end. So y'all scary politicians, scary crooks, y'all say y'all want to be president, but y'all scary crooks, y'all that kind of schemity. Yeah, you look for 4 on the bench, then you put your hand behind, and you put your big brother in front of 4 for you. That's all the big brother, that all the picking. You're not able to do nothing. All the picking you're pulling from. Where your contribution? Nothing. No empowerment to the process. You're sit down there, you allow Joe Barker to milk the country the way he's doing. You will have one boy at LPRC taking money and samphoning it to accounts belonging to his family members against the code of conduct. And it is Article 90 that provides for that code of conduct that we're using today to avoid conflict of interest, to provide for good governance, to provide standard at the job site, at government working places, government offices, and government architecture. The fear and betrayal is a sign of incompetence. So when you're scary, you will betray. And if you are scary, a scary a coward, if you are a coward, you are a scary man and a betrayer, how will you perform? You will definitely be rendered incompetent. So what thing you're coming provide for Labro? You want all Liberians to finish before you come to say you're coming talk or you're coming make change? Or you're waiting for Ome Joe Bwaka to die for it? Then I tell you stand. You're scared of Joe Bwaka? I told you guys say you are boys. When we were at the executive mansion, in fact, you say I don't want to talk to minister that we are on see. You were brave. The men when you were doing the protest together, in president, you're not brave to come out. What's going on? This was the same man who, when you stood at the Capitol Hill or on the Capitol Hill to make all of your unimaginable petition that you had in the past and calling on the government forcibly. In fact, you wanted to overthrow the president. Oh, so what is happening with Bwaka? So you know what you're telling me now? Opposition political leaders, with the exception of those political institutions that have spoken, you people are only saying to Liberians that you are cowards. You are not competent to take the mantle of authority. You are not competent enough to lead us. Because if you are coward to protect a citizen life, to at least speak in behalf of Liberians who have been subdued to dehumanizing level by the Bwaka's regime, then it means you do not have the standing to lead. You do not have the clue to bring us together as Liberians. You are just an incompetent money man sitting somewhere and just finding somewhere to spend that money. You are just an incompetent, wealthy man who is just finding a way to splash money out. Because serious opposition political leaders will do even more than what Bobby Wine is doing in Uganda. Will do even more than what this lady is doing to Alassane Ouattara there in Cote d'Ivoire, Fimon Gbagbo. Serious opposition political people will not give Bwaka, who is recklessly proceeding and being illy advised by his bunch of clowns and crooks, thieves who are just interested in taking, and what they have, it can be full, and they will still go again and start begging people around again in Weah regime because Weah is coming back to power 2029. Bwaka is paving the way for Weah to come back to power. So you, the other opposition people, if you think that Weah can be the best option, you are the best option, speak out like Weah is doing, like his political party is doing. Speak out. Make Bwaka to know that he's not the only man here. Men are still around. Call me on those numbers on 0776 104 104 086 500 104 0776 104 104 086 500 104. Let me quickly recognize a few of our social media followers because we can do all. There are thousands of our people following via our live stream here from all around the world. Finisher Junior Bar is there from Lukutan, Hiton Wole Jedo. Good evening, Junkies Morris. I'm watching you from Greenville City, Sando County. Musa A. Sharif from Gardnersville, New Jersey. Augustine T. Musa. Estelle M. G. Play. I will take your call from Barnersville. Royal Always Vibe. He says he's missing Austin Kawa. He's calling from a proper resident there from District 3. Boyman Ibrahim Kwei from Grassfee. He's following Emmanuel Bro. Good evening, Junkies. Morris and my fellow viewers. I'm watching from Minneapolis, Minnesota, the USA. Ralph Cooper is also watching from Denver, Colorado. That's the United States of America. Emmanuel Goe, he says, good evening, bro. I'm watching live from Flantown Community Japan Freeway. And Kobe Wido is also following from Maggie County, Kakata. Mailu F. Fofana following from 20th Street. How to you, Favor L. Morris? She's following. She says, hello, Morris. Ralph Kume is also from Topo Village following. Sigon Ayeni from Johnsonville. Ralph Kume, when you post, you just leave it one time. So, because now we got to go to the lands and other things. So don't jam the live stream yet. So, Harrington Jr. is also following from Carwell. He says, thanks for the information. Mafata K. Soiree is watching and asking, where is Austin M. Kawa? Like I said, Austin is good. Austin is good. What do you want me to say again? I still want me to call Austin. I'm watching from my house in Duluth, Maggie County. Stanley Bozo is also following me. He says, we're getting there. Stanley Bozo is following me from Congress City. And David Williams is watching via our YouTube channel here. He says, I'm watching from Colorado. That's the USA. David Williams. Asata Miller, she says, good evening, Brother Morris. I'm watching live from Soul Clinic Community. Good to be on the show tonight. Yeah, Asata, you got to wake up. You'll start sleeping. Otherwise, finish everybody before you come to yourself. And who will go for 2029? I will know him will be in the country. Patrick Thompson, these are the Zogo deputy ministers. Daniel Sano. Well, we are. Good evening from my end, Junkies Morris. I'm watching from Dupo Road, White Horse. Saturday Zone we Wonduwele is watching from Atlanta, Georgia. That's the United States. Zopon Billy is watching me from 19th Street, Cinco. And all of you listening and following. So keep calling. Keep calling me on these numbers. Call and wow. Okay. Hello.
Good evening, Junkie Morris.
Welcome. How are you?
Yeah, they say what power calling for Johnson to concern Liberia for Johnson.
Yeah, Vicky.
Thank you very much, Junkie Morris. You say it all. Junkie Morris, man, say again, we want to know. All the political party over 20 years country here when they say election. You see, everybody register to say part in election. Since the old man win the election here. Since the old man took over, okay, you're talking. Don't let things work. And then speaking, then one more time, AMC. Okay, you're talking. Everybody keep new. As you said, so that person we are waiting for. If you think the one person, they want to be president for the nation here. When they can see out now, they need to see out this person every time. They need to see, they have prep conference, all kind of things. When you keep new, because they get it for, they are better in quick around, they can't do anything. They wait for the election before they go occupy place. So they let leave. That one, two parties of the year, that one will know about CDC and Nepali. Because they can't talk. Because when they see well for the nation, they won't be president after president. We are, they don't be speaking now. When they kids, what they wicked and the women doing, they church, the women doing, the full information, the whole year, the men want silent, everybody will not be silent. They can't speak out. They keep new the first time more because they are working, they are taking pay, they are better at work, they can't talk. But when election comes down, they that they will come and think about that, that will not behind there. And the food that will never person that will be behind the person. Yeah. Either one can rest the red, either one can rest the country down, and the way they will be up to. We're not looking up to any party that in the country. All the party are not there. So if they listen to me to them, so let me down when they get in the red, nobody will look at them. Let person that will be for, and that person that will be back to power. So if nobody comes to after person, we are, you will look for somebody who, and you tell the country over. Come to the now. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You must call my number, you forget again. I say call my number. Call me on 0775 666 050. Call me, yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Zero, no, 050 666 050. Call me. We got some serious matter to discuss. Serious national issues. Okay. Thank you. That was Ba there from Johnson. This caller, hello.
Good evening.
Welcome.
Good evening.
Welcome.
Good evening.
Welcome.
Yeah, this is Lloyd D. Johnson, and I joined you from station number 11, Keba Community. Hello?
Go ahead, Lloyd.
Yeah. You see, God told the children of Israel that he would take them to the promised land. But in getting to the promised land, that was not an easy task. Pharaoh said they will not go, and God said they will go. Silent and patience are two different things. In a nest, sickness, and in a nest, you can feel pain for the sickness. So, we are silent, we are patient, it doesn't mean we are silent. 2029, 2028, the government will know the real opposition. Parker will not get back power. No, Parker will not rest. He will not get back to power. We will see to it that Parker will not get back to power. Either he leaves, or we are get back. But Parker can get back. We will see to it Parker. When he try it to the 29, he will walk for you. He will walk for you to go to the room. We can't get back in the city to suffer off a second time. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll leave you there and go to line 3. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Johnny.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Prince. I'm calling from Broadview Rainbow Community.
Quickly, no time.
But let me tell you something. The only thing we have to say is we come with 10 boom. As soon as we have this power, because we bring us to get it out. As soon as we get it out, we have to speak all the mess and all the mess they are in the country.
The Taiwan Gonglu, Tennessee.
Yeah, we bring out all we get 10 boom. So what all we have mess.
Oh, Liberia. Very interesting country. So, hello. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm calling from the Fort Bridge.
Go ahead.
said you are wanted. When the first soldier went up there to you and told you that these people was not the rebel people, he said, no, we need this man. And I see people continue to complain, to say, oh, George is not speaking. So tell me what you want George to say. George must say the decision like Grandpa took, it was not a rebel decision. So you expect Marco William Donald got a cheese to cut in the street and burn tires and throw rods and damage people property or obstruct people movement, which of course I will tell you, no, we will not do that. We are looking at Joseph Newman brother and Joseph Newman brother will lead off up to the 6th year that you appointed Joseph Newman brother to lead off for that 6th year. You need to be mute. No, get it twisted. I am not stopping you from protesting, but I want you to protect the peace that over 200,000 human beings lost their lives. So whenever you get in the street, it's a constitutional right. You are there to protest, but protect the peace. And just leave George alone. Let George have the peace of mind to observe the process, to know all of the mistakes that he makes in the past, to get to recover some of those mistakes. So sometimes I don't want you to continue to murmur to say George is not speaking. George know how you feel. George know what is going on. Even George said I've been denounced so many times of things that he has said he used of sweat and blood that he built that the Latvian people are joined today. He was denounced all of those humility, but he continued to be mute because he knew where he came from. He stood for peace and he was there. When we were firing Kappa around here, George was one of those who raised his life to come at the front line to tell us that no, we all are brothers and sisters. We need to stop fighting. We need to come together as one. I want you 2029 to have the mindset that George is the best opportunity and George is the best person that we can carry that can make Liberia peaceful. Today you go at the party, you enjoy yourself. What Joseph Newman brother doing for us? The only thing you see police brutality is the order of the day. You have one disgruntled police director who don't respect the rules of law and who have some proper law make us sit in the house and observe everything that happens and see that everything is well. No, nothing is well. We continue to complain, but who was listening to us? Who will we take our complaint to? So please, do not bring George observing the process for you to know the good leader and a bad leader. In 2029, we all will pray that God gave us a life to decide who will be our leader, who will love and cherish Mama Liberia. And we all will be in a happy state that everything investor will put into our country and the bread and butter issue will be addressed. May God bless Mama Liberia and save our state and have a good and godly working day. Thank you.
Thank you. This caller online too. Hello.
Junkie Morris.
Go ahead quickly.
Thank you very much for your fast amazing topic. Junkie, I just like what spoke on. Look, the Liberia should come up. Don't start sitting down in your house here and acting that you are a coward. And let me say this. Look, Junkie, Beckwith Kumo, if one of the government officials of the Barret that will rose in the Katawa, a particular 2029, will rose in, and will capturing, will rose in, and see will rose Jack the rebel. And what will happen to Beckwith Kumo? They continue to be weakness to the people of this country. You will have it at the back of his mind. I will get ready for him. The police is there. There will be water. And we'll water him. No bullet will test us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. This caller online full. Hello.
Good evening.
Welcome to the show. Go ahead. Go ahead. Quickly. No time.
Thank you. I'm Moses calling from Matari.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know that I just hear a caller saying that, the men doing a lot of development will continue to bring in. If people come to see, our Putu Martin, the next one, when they finish Putu Martin, I will get Martin coming to on. They're not thinking about facing anything. They think about breaking the economy apart. Then at the end, when they finish sitting, the next government that will come into power will struggle to build in. They will not come to face anything. They just come to see that bunch of rule from the executive to the capital building. They are so rule. They just come to break our economy from apart. Thank you.
So tiffy roll. Tiffy roll. Baba tips.
Hello?
Go ahead. Your name and you joining me from where?
All right, my name, I will not have my name. My name, my honey. But there's the taxi major example. The person that just spoke over there, you are speaking out of ignorance. When you call yourself what I saw, that's how you go thing. The time
You can be allowed to spill your inhuman feelings here. Hello. Oh, hello. You call the woman liar. Hello. Hello. Okay. I will leave it there. I will leave it there and go to line 5. Let me quickly take line 5. Hello.
hello, Mr. John.
Go ahead.
Anyway, my name is Frank. I'm calling from Brownsville. Today I was listening to on the station. Okay, I'm ready. And the president election, everybody want to come out to say that he has already how put the power on area, they have put it, that every time I put it, they get 3% for there, to put the other content one to battle them. So we want to go for legislation to all the past president, they are feeling.
Hello. Hello.
How are you?
Go ahead. Please stop sleeping on the public. The public is listening. Go ahead. You call to express.
Yeah, I'm calling from Melon State. Are you there?
No. I'm there. I'm coming. You call on the radio. You call to participate on the show. Then time for you to participate, you asking me, are you there? You just dragging when other people are struggling to get through the line. And you blocking them. Hello.
Yeah, I'm calling from Tennessee. I'm Sam Howard.
Go ahead, quick.
Okay, you say no need to recruit again, but the 5% hour and make it easy for Labrador people. You said that you get mail on your control. You need 3 mega go to Guinea and Guinea. So I don't know how the Labrador people look at that for stuff.
The vice president and the situation with changing the election law will be strictly dealt with tomorrow. Don't worry, we'll come for Jeremiah Kun on tomorrow. You will be blasted because Jeremiah Kun is not a vice president material. Jeremiah Kun is deeply entrenched with corruption. Jeremiah Kun, in fact, Jeremiah Kun under the WIA regime, Jeremiah Kun was involved with crediting GT Bank. So Jeremiah Kun did not have anything. The only thing Jeremiah Kun is depending on is to peddle the influence he has as vice president and help Bwaka as the milk this country economy are while we are wallowing in abject poverty and excruciating, malnutrition, just killing kids around the place.
I tell you, brother, without you, so no need recruiting, we have who there. And let him bring a man, you get on board to go put a situation on control to the bowler. Thank you very much.
He will be dealt with. He will be dealt with as an individual. He will be dealt with. He's not a good person. Hello.
Hello.
Lower your monitor.
Yeah, there is zero. Zero, once more. Jeremiah is a confused.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Mm-hmm.
I'm spending a schedule money from Grandpa Sunday.
Go ahead.
I'm concerned about the award, the peace award that was given to the president. One guy, he not deserve it because he is not a reconciler who gives him a peace award.
That's the question. So let me respond to that question because I think it was an indirect question. Maybe you don't know. Yeah. That's why you're asking. They get plenty of flabbergasted civil society groupings around the world. They got lobbyists around the world, particularly in the U.S., that do these biddings for Bwaka, especially that Eden show him the way. because as you may be aware now, Bwaka and Ellen, and I say Joe Bwaka and Ellen spent more than $263 million on foreign lobby. So those are some of the ingredients from the $263 million plus they spent for their image to be built out there, and Bwaka is a beneficiary of that. So Flabane, institution just because it's based in California, America, and Bwaka send some money there, your own money that you pay with tax. Send it there, they organize program, they put up B show and banquet, heavy banquet, and you people thinking say that they kind of serious institution give Bwaka peace award that coming discuss on the platform. That thing that Flabane peace award, don't discuss it.
I think Bwaka is better taking our money. Thank you.
Thank you, Ome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
So Bwaka taking your money, what you doing?
We're playing against him. Bwaka will move. He will move.
Well, I'm a graduate of the State Broad University, and everywhere I have applied, they are asking me for 10 years experience. And that is it. My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up on your stomach, stop sleeping.
Oh yeah.
Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands.
Tomorrow it promises to be fiery and blasting.
Oh yeah? Okay, let's go.
Junkies Morris was here. And next voice we hear will be the doyen of radio, Anthony Stevens. Good night. I'll see you on tomorrow as I'll be hosting the LMP spokesperson, Mr. Sam Collins. It will be digging deep into other issues that Bwaka is committing against Liberians in his excesses in regards to bad governance, raping young babies, sodomizing young boys, giving Liberians cheek, stealing the country money and telling Liberians they are dogs. They put their tail between their butt to run away because Bwaka is around. We'll be here on tomorrow. Junkies Morris again. Bye-bye.
Why get you a lot? There's Tennessee's the beat. See, we just tell you that why we vote.